Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the M. Alex Broadcasting Company and Power 108.9 proudly bring to you the Harry and Gary Show, show number 5.
Show number 5, man. We got a special guest in the building today.
Hey, what's going on? How we doing?
What's going on, man? How you been?
I'm good. I'm excited. You know, 2022 was rough.
It was a wild one.
We both been through a lot, went through a lot.
Absolutely.
Off the crutches now.
Yeah,
Getting
man.
My legs back under me.
That's beautiful.
We got Andrew in the house, Battery alum. We
Straight up.
Took over his show, The New Normal, from last year. He
Snatched
was on
that
at
thing.
11 and snatched it up. So
Snatched
we
it
figured
up.
our first guest of the year for 2023, all about you and me, we're going to bring in Andrew.
Hell yeah.
That's
Everybody
right.
welcome Andrew.
Andrew,
Hey,
welcome
thank
in, man. Welcome.
Thank you.
Ryan back in the building, doing her thing in the cut. Once again, Mike, appreciate you having us on, man. Let's go ahead and get this thing started.
Absolutely.
You know the first segment, man. Get it off your chest.
I got a segment to debut hopefully later as well, but yeah, let's get it off.
Let's do it, man. All I'm going to say is that I'm upset football's done already. That's my main problem.
It's not done yet.
It's not done, but the regular season's over, man.
I agree with you that it went quickly, right? The season went quick,
It's too much.
but you know what you get at the NFL playoffs, which is the best football.
Oh yeah, bar none. It's one of those things. Also, in the opening, let's also give a shout out to DeMar Hamlin.
Oh,
his
please,
recovery.
Scary.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm
Scary
saying?
shit.
Give a shout out to that. That was a lot. You know what I mean? We had a lot of that going on. That was a crazy situation nobody had ever seen before. But for him, excellent recovery so far.
Not only that, but just how quickly he was recovering for the fact that, like, it seemed like on Wednesday he got the breathing tube removed.
Right.
Immediately started talking. On Thursday they were thinking about discharging him, and then Friday they actually did to send him to a Buffalo hospital. So it's like he's getting better very quickly, but it was a scary ass hit. And for everyone,
man.
it's like, oh, finish a football game. Be real. Come
Yeah,
on.
no, that was too much, man.
You know?
All the teammates and everything, nobody was in the right mind state for that. And that was obvious after the first 10 minutes of what was going on.
Yeah, and I understand you got to fill on airtime, but again, people's livelihoods and health is so much more important.
Absolutely.
So at that point, it was just, you know, prayers to him and his family. And even from what I heard, T. Higgins, who was, you know, kind of involved in the collision, he was one of the first ones to basically stay with him overnight in the hospital.
Absolutely.
And I was like, don't take that blame solely on yourself.
No, he can't. He really can't.
I mean, shout out to those the medical staff on.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, how
That's why
quickly
they
they
got
rushed
all the
in
love
there.
that
They
they
saved
did,
his life. That was insane.
That was like literally when
And
you
be
watched it,
listening,
you could
and
see
thank you,
them.
Josh. We appreciate
as
you. Go
soon
Dogs.
as they got to him, they knew you could see him snap into action immediately. Shout out to Josh. What's up, dog?
The dude had
Appreciate
to,
you.
I don't know the medical personnel's name, but he had to remove his face mask in order just to, like, start the CPR process. So, and, you know, you got the little screws on the face mask. So this guy
Absolutely.
must have been working hella quick. Shout out to him for real. Good call.
Absolutely, no
Do you
doubt
think
about it.
do you think they could practice that like a pit crew, like in case of those kind of situations?
I mean, I think they have to be ready for it.
I get the analogy you're making, and
Yeah.
I hate to say that it's probably a standard practice, but it's just one of those, like, you know, drill and repeat and hope you never have to use it kind of thing.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. So good call.
All right, baseball coming back soon. We're almost that time. Anybody coming through the Braves Fest next weekend?
Yeah, so I obviously get an opportunity to talk to certain people in the Braves organization. I don't want to name drop, but they ride the elevator daily. We can say
Right.
that. And I was asking him, you can fill in the blank,
Understood.
since Darren O'Day, my buddy, is no longer on the team.
Right.
And we used to have him as our guest bartender at Terrapin. Shout out to
Shout out
Terrapin in
to
case
the
you
tap
haven't had it.
room.
Terrapin Tap Room in the Battery. We were asking for who the possible replacements could be.
Right.
And I mentioned Von Grissom, and he goes, that's a good call because he is kind of like the class clown of the team, and he's young and, you know, taking over for Dansby.
That
So
would be dope.
I don't want to put all the eggs in the basket,
Yeah.
but that would be fun. Shout out to Ozzy Albies, who was also mentioned. I'm just worried that you can't reach over the bar, with all due respect. So, love you, Ozzy.
Hey, he can.
Yeah.
Hey, my man can get back there. He can make it happen.
We got the Wana step still, so we can get him. You know, just kidding.
I
Ozzy,
mean, if
love you.
Ryan can do it, he can do it. I mean, they're basically the same size. So
Braves Fest, January 21st, Saturday, 10 to 4.
I'm working
Feel
the
free to
event,
join
man.
us.
I'll be here early that morning.
We'll all be there very early that
Early
morning.
that
We got the A squad on. Come down and see us. It's going to be a great time.
Quick shout out while we finishing up to get it off my chest. You got anything that you've been thinking about? You ranting on, man?
yeah, I do.
Talk to me.
It's college football, real quick. Ohio State fans, Alabama fans, shut up. All right, you have no involvement. thinking
Good
that
start.
you would have won the championship, plain and simple.
I mean,
All
I
right,
get
you guys lost. The only people you should feel sorry about is Michigan. Michigan got beat by not a good team and a lucky team. Alabama, you had no belonging in there. You got lost to LSU and Tennessee. And then Ohio State, you just lost. Take the L. Move on. Plain and simple.
Shank Meister from that kicker.
On midnight.
Super shank.
Exactly
Right
at midnight.
That was the crazy part.
You
Right
wanna
when
talk
midnight
about?
was striking.
I hope that kid's okay. I
He made it
honestly,
back to
I
his
really
dorm.
hope.
That's one of those witness protections.
Yeah,
things.
you feel like
It's
you have to like just move schools, change your name, like
How does Albuquerque, New Mexico sound?
Yeah,
Something
perfect.
like get out of Ohio at this point because that was a rough one. Though.
Take the L. Heard
That
it.
was a rough one. Now, to your point, I also was one of the main people on the show. We had that right before saying they were going to try to sneak Bama in there if things went left, and they didn't. Now, after you saw what happened in the championship game, do you feel like they should have let them in as far as competition-wise? If you're looking for the 4 best teams,
no.
I'm just
Absolutely
asking.
not.
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to really spend any more time on Alabama, so I would just say it's on to 2023.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering. All right.
It's unless they increase the playoffs by more teams, and
I
then
think they need at least 8.
They are going to 8.
they're going to
Yeah,
8
I'm
in
saying
like
that 8 is
2005 or something.
24.
24.
Yes,
Oh,
yeah,
so it is
I want them
2
to do
years.
it. I want them to do it this year, but it's going to be next year though.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah, but even still, the only good thing that came out of the college football playoff, besides Georgia repeating, was David Pollock's comment to Nick Saban.
Oh,
Gold.
that was the
side
most
eye.
aggressive
That was
thing.
amazing. Same when Georgia took over, he had to eat
He
it.
just lit his soul on fire.
He had to eat it, and I know he's gonna go back. You know, he went back to the locker room going crazy.
The crazy was that locker room speech. If
Yo,
you haven't heard
Kirby-
it,
Oh my God.
Kirby's not suitable
got
for work
me,
locker
got
room
me
speech.
fired up after the fact.
I get where he's coming from, but I don't know him like that, and I personally haven't heard him speak like that before.
Man.
But every third word, beep 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 beep. I'm
Yeah.
like, nice,
Yeah, man.
get him.
Fired up, and that was pregame. I'm thinking he said from the jump down the scoreboard.
Why do you think they came out and scored 38 in the first
Man,
half?
fired up. I'm saying I'd have ran through a wall for him that day too.
Not even that. The first interview you had with the sports reporter when they're on the sideline, we're going hunting. I was like,
Yep.
damn, okay.
Yep, I heard. I
We're
watched
going
that
hunting.
too. Yep, that was the key sign to let you know they were fired up, man. They knew they didn't deserve to be on that
Shout
field
out to the
with them.
dogs.
Shout out to them, man. That was crazy on the back to back. So we need another one from the city or from Georgia to get us another championship. And I will take that over to the next segment as far as real quick baseball. It's almost back, like we just said. Braves making moves. A lot. We've lost some people. Thank you to some people like a Luke Jackson, like just Contreras, people like that. How you feeling, man, about this baseball season coming up?
I'm excited because a lot of people don't know about Sean Murphy, the catcher they traded for.
I like him.
Great
It
player.
did cost a little bit for some prospects, just like Atlanta did last time for Matt Olson, and the farm system's basically depleted. But the talent is young enough, and the roster as a whole, on average, is young enough that they can stay together, and they're all basically locked up as a core.
Yeah, that's what's amazing. Double-A, man.
Yeah, Double A is, again, he's playing chess, everybody else playing checkers. But the core is locked up. I do believe that Contreras will be back. So
Interesting.
he's 24 now, going on 25. He should hit free agency around 27 for the love that he had for this team. And, that post that he said just because his heart was breaking and he wants to come back, I do believe he will be back at some point.
Who do you sign with?
As a DH. He went to the Brewers as a
Brewers.
part of the
and
trade.
they're hyped about him. That's why I'm like, he might love it out there, especially if they start winning.
Not only that, and the Brewers are a good team because
Mm-hmm.
they're always there for them. MLB Central or NL Central, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
Them and the Cardinals. But I think, and I truly believe he will be back. But those horns, man, I thought that was the best troll job over Edwin
yeah,
Diaz,
yeah.
and it's like that's kind of what I'm gonna miss the most.
Mm-hmm.
But he seems to be more DH oriented versus a defensive catcher. And I want people to realize that Sean Murphy is a legit
They don't-
defensive catcher.
Man,
You
they didn't
just-
see him because he's out in Oakland. They didn't see him.
Again, yeah, same
They
thing
didn't
like
see
Matt
him.
Olson. If you
Yeah.
weren't familiar, he's not a local kid, I believe, like Matt Olson is from
Right.
Parkview. But no, Sean Murphy will hold down these pitchers and he will make them better. You will get the best out of Max Fried, out of Kyle Wright. I really hope Soroka bounces back. But
I'm so man.
top to bottom, I think this lineup is beyond stacked. I think
Yes.
it's better than anything the Mets or anybody else can try and put
And
out
they're
there.
trying to. They spending money.
But Von Grissom, most importantly, has a lot of weight on him.
So my next question is, do we make another move to get another shortstop, or do you just run with Vaughn?
No, you run with Vaughn.
Von's the starter for sure.
If you're willing to let Dansby go, and for how young and talented he is, I think Double A knows exactly like what kind of talent pool he's dealing with.
Absolutely, but when you're getting reports from Ron Washington, who's working with him defensively, and saying that Von Grissom is one of the best he's ever seen, not only do you take a chance on him, hopefully you could save a little bit of money, but again, Alex Anthopoulos is ruthless with contracts, and
Right.
everyone has a value. Dansby had a value. He was very nice to him, and he said, if you can go make more money elsewhere, feel free. But this is what we can offer you.
And I think that
It's a business at the end of the day.
Right. I think during the season it was 100, and then he counter offered with like 150 or one something like that, 140.
Yeah, the highest that I heard that it got up to was probably about 125. But either way, if you get 177 from the Cubs, and I don't know if you saw his press conference, but
Oh, I
Dansby
did.
got emotional. And it's like, my grandfather told me to
That
go
was
play
a
for
that was
him.
a crazy ass story,
Right? Yeah.
Like how his grandfather was a Cubs and a Braves fan. I was like, damn, that's
But it
wild
makes sense
stuff.
just geographically because you had the Braves on what TBS and the Cubs on WGN.
Yeah,
So it makes sense, especially for the time. But if you get to honor one of your grandfather's wishes, why not, man?
I
And they're
get
gonna
that.
pay you damn near $50 million more.
I get it.
plus the fact that like you get drafted number 1 overall
Yep.
Yeah, at,
to
Vanderbilt.
your home team.
Yeah.
You have a national championship with Vanderbilt. You have a world championship
He
with your
won
home.
like every award in
Dude,
college.
dude is before he turned 30.
Yep.
Before he turned 30, he's pretty much accomplished more for his career
I don't
than
even think he's 30 yet.
You say
yeah. I'm saying before he turned.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
he's
gotcha.
still under
Yeah.
30, and now he's just living the American dream as a baseball player. Literally got everything pretty much accomplished, and I think
yeah, no doubt about it. Now he got the big money, just got married, family, and everything like that. Just a shout out, we doing it because shout out to Dansby, man. Thank you for holding it down. While
Oh,
you
yeah.
were
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Like just shout out to him for real.
now I have a
glad I
chance
won't-
with actual people like females in the battery saying not Daddy Dansby. Jesus.
Well, they still gonna be on that now. But this is my thing. One thing I feel like,
Yeah, exactly, Ryan.
one thing I felt like Braves fans didn't really take to it in that same press conference, saying that Chicago fans were like the best fans ever. Now, if you
As far as most loyal?
what they just said, he just said best.
Yeah, I mean, because you went 108 years without a World Series and you still believe in your team.
Yeah, they said they still pretty much sell out every game.
Yeah, because they're loyal. I understand
I
that.
get it. Anything else? Carlos Correa, man. Did you see that whole situation fold out?
Did he
Yeah.
eventually re-sign with the Twins after
Right.
multiple denied contracts?
So Giants,
6 year, 200 mil.
Giants
Still with the
was
Twins.
Yeah.
But the Giants offered him first.
like 318
for
something
like
like
13
that.
years, then the
And
Mets as well.
They were like 320, and they went to the same doctor apparently about his leg. It was an ankle injury apparently.
Well, the issue was the majority of what Carrera wanted for guaranteed money, and I think that's what kind of scared the Mets and Giants.
But they ended up
They were
bringing it
willing to
down.
pay him a lot, but they also wanted insurance on his leg, and he didn't want the insurance on his leg.
That's what they were worried
Which
about.
is why I think ultimately it's going to blow up in Minnesota's face.
Yeah,
Because clearly, if two teams kind of bulk on you with the
Straight up.
contract, because of your injury
doesn't happen
status, and you
often.
can't really,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's the Twins. Let's all just be real here. They can really just do whatever they want because they're not really going to do anything.
No, I agree, but they always seem to spend money somewhere and still stay in
Just
the same
in the
spot.
wrong way.
Yeah, I just don't get it.
enjoy having that broken guy as the face of your franchise.
Pretty
Good job.
much.
Good
And-
job, Minnesota.
I don't know. You end up DHing for the rest of his career
If he could play.
if he can play.
Right.
Right. Outside of that, as far as Braves division wise,
Mm.
or just how I feel about the National League and in general, I feel like they're trying to load up for us because we are the favorite, in my opinion.
Damn right.
Giants loading up, Mets paying for more, just spending money, I should say.
Yeah, but again, just spending money, as Alex Anthopoulos has showed y'all, that doesn't always mean it's the best move.
Absolutely not. But what else can they do? They're trying to pick up the pieces to try to get ready for the push, I guess. But when it comes to us, we're sitting steady. The only thing I'm worried about is just the rotation, really. And the pen should be amazing.
The arms are there, man, across the board. I can or I could read you numbers all day long. I
Right.
could tell you who's going to be there, who's coming back, who you probably forgot about. But at the end of the day, the Braves are favored for a reason.
And I
So,
think I'm comfortable with Iglesias as the closer.
why not?
I'm comfortable with that.
He came in, and since he appeared for the Braves all of last year, he had like a .56 ERA.
He was sleep over there at the Angels. Sleep.
Again, but it's those West Coast teams.
Yeah.
Like, if you are on the East Coast, generally you're not staying up that late to watch Seattle, to watch the Angels, to watch the Giants, to watch the Dodgers. And it's unfortunate, but baseball is one of those beautiful sports. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter if you're watching from the East Coast or West Coast, just like boxing, there's a science to it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you enjoy the inner workings of the game, you'll watch the game. But I'm thankful to have Matt Olson on the team. I'm thankful to have all these studs on the team,
Absolutely.
and I truly believe they will win the World Series this year.
I'm with it, man. That's what I'm ready for all of that. Ready for all of that. Now, taking it another way, now that we're in the mid-swing at the midpoint of basketball season, all right, how you feeling about both conferences and how you feeling about let's talk about your Heat back on the, getting a little something going. Your boy Jimmy rolled up on KD, though, and put KD out right when they were heating up.
Hold on. Before you talk about that, I want to talk about Butler's. Did you hear about the whole story with the dreads?
Yes.
I hated it.
Yes.
Did you guys ready to talk about that yet?
I think we might have briefly mentioned it. It's more so a troll job.
Yeah.
I read about that the other day, and I thought it was the funniest thing, to the point where they were playing KD the other day, and TNT put his NBA 2K picture up as a replacement because I thought it was the funniest thing, because all you see is this digital player.
I remember that. I saw
It's
that.
Jimmy Butler, because they didn't want to show him with the dreads.
If we're doing the player introductions thing, you all saw the player introductions for the Sunday night game for the Lions and the Packers.
Oh, Jamal Williams,
Just all of them.
the greatest one ever.
I was like,
Who makes a Naruto reference?
not only that, but I felt like it was almost headed towards the Key and Peele East West Shrine game, and I was like, this is gonna be amazing. I can't. I was like, who's next? I was just waiting. Dan Smith, BYU.
But the thing is, I feel about with Jimmy, once again, still with y'all, y'all don't score without him, man. When he's not on the floor, y'all don't score as much. But your boy's having a career year, hero. Is he averaging 20 right now?
Yeah, he got paid for a reason.
Yeah.
We gave him the max. I gotta be honest with you. Basketball season, outside of me watching Heat games, doesn't really start until football's over.
I get it.
I just heard the interview with Steve Koonin yesterday from the Hawks, and he was talking about the trade deadline is February 9th. And I was like, I got to start watching basketball now, because I'm not exactly too familiar with what's going on so
Right.
far in the season. But, of course, with the Heat at least. Sorry, KD, about your injury. I don't think it was on purpose or
No,
malicious.
I don't think it was.
This is the time the Heat usually start to rattle off about 10 consecutively in January or February, and then they just all of a sudden go from like 7th to 4th, 7th to 3rd. Excuse me, and we'll see what happens. But it has been a slow start. The pieces are there. We're just hoping that we can get a little more healthy, get Duncan back, get him in rhythm as a 3-point shooter. But time will tell. And the trade deadline is going to be huge, not only for the Heat but for the Hawks and probably for half of the league, because there's a lot of upcoming free agents, and you know how that usually goes during deadline time.
Oh, yeah. It's frenzy, getting them all over the place. Y'all are currently in the 8th spot, and the Hawks are in the 9th spot, but y'all are above 500. Y'all are at 23-20. Hawks are at 20-22. Now,
Y'all just haven't had a good string lately.
no, but at the same time, we don't close out games properly.
Agreed, but how
Now-
did you come back from down 24 to the Bucks?
That's what I'm saying. We
And Giannis played?
yeah.
Yeah.
And
We held
Clint
Giannis to
Capella did
7
not.
points. We held Giannis to 7 points.
And Clint Capella did not play.
No.
And y'all came back from 24, and you just didn't close.
Right.
Who is the backup? It was that was playing for Capella.
Oh, you talking about Kongwu?
Yeah.
007, baby.
007, baby.
Dude,
yeah.
he was
Change your
dropping
jersey
buckets.
number.
He
Last
had,
game, he was leading. He got 18 points in the first half against the Pacers. I was like,
did.
God bless.
Ended up with 22 rebounds last night in that game and about 5 blocks.
Woo.
That's what I'm saying, man. You can get Collins up out of here and give Okongwu that money.
Not even that,
That-
man.
that's-
You gotta
that's-
start. You gotta start thinking about, is Murray the real answer? That dude dropped 2 points in the first half.
No,
Didn't do anything
he's had
after.
times where he's struggled getting his rhythm in some games. But I like overall the defensive presence is the main thing that I like that he brings. Because he's active with his hands and he's always going to play hard on defense. Period. He's going to give you that.
He's a
every single time.
triple-double for sure.
Absolutely.
But his
Even if it's a
scoring
Jason
does
Kidd
disappear
triple-double.
at times.
Even if it's a Jason Kidd triple double with the 10 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists.
That's such a backhanded compliment.
That's
really
what they
is.
call it, the Jason Kidd triple double.
That's the bare minimum,
it's-
though.
But
Really?
that's what he used to do.
All right.
Think about it. Come on, man. Them Jersey years, he won't put up no points. He give you 15 assists, 12 boards. That's
But
Jay Kidd.
collectively, man, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 10 points across the board, you've affected the game
Absolutely.
tremendously.
There's nothing wrong with that kind of stat line. Jason Kidd's a Hall of Famer because of that.
All right,
stat
Hall of
line.
Famer J. Kidd.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. I'm just saying, even if that's what you're giving me at bare minimum when you're talking about Murray, I'll take that over somebody's going to come in and not even play defense. You know what I'm saying? He's going to give you two, 3 steals a game. Try to balance out what, even if he is having an off night. And I like his mid-range game. Now, your boy Hunter, he's got to stay healthy. He's back on that health thing again.
We said it from the beginning. He has all the
Jeez.
potential in the world, but you can't justify the contract if you're not on the court.
Absolutely. It's just one of those things. They got to get the cohesion together.
I think the Hawks might go out and see if Kimball Walker wants to play a little bit. I know he's kind of over the hill. He is a free agent.
Why not? He's getting paid by 4 different teams.
So I would.
Bring him in for the veteran minimum. You're only going to have to pay him like maybe 1.5.
Yeah.
So, sure, just as an insurance policy, absolutely.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at that if in that situation. Now, Collins has been known to been talked about with the Suns, the Pacers, I think one other team, I can't remember, but
As like teams that need him.
or talking about trading for him or potential deals.
If
as
you
far
send him
as,
to the Pacers, you better get Buddy Hield.
that's what I said.
I think you need Buddy Hield on the Atlanta team to make that more dynamic. in a
Buddy
sense.
Hield can be in a lot of places. There's a lot of people that can use a shooter like Buddy.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
2-3 sharpshooter.
That's what I'm
Three,
saying.
yeah.
Like you,
He busts Miami every time he plays us.
I
and
wanted
I
him
hate
coming out of
too,
Oklahoma. I wanted him coming out of Oklahoma. I wanted us to draft him. I like Buddy from the jump.
but He can shoot.
He can shoot that thing, man.
can
So I don't know. We'll see. Let's transition real quick to the Western Conference. Over in the
Are
West,
you
man.
gonna skip my team like it's no other business?
I'm sorry.
Who?
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
We're in the driver's seat. That's all I care about.
Y'all are in the driver's seat, but y'all not playing defense like you played last year. Just Celtics, okay? Just in
That's
case
fine.
anybody didn't know. Defense is not as it's a little shaky than what it was under Ime last year.
Yeah, I get that, but number one offense in the league. You got probably. I don't think Tatum's the MVP this year. I think there's just way too much, like competition in that. But we're healthy. That's all I care about. We're a healthy team. Robert
What's the name's
Williams is
been
out.
huge, too.
Robert Williams is back. Once we get Al Horford back, I think it'll be a whole different story. And I think Tatum and Brown and Smart, they all are like got a vendetta against them a little bit.
I don't like Marcus Smart.
Yeah, he
I
does
don't like
the.
him, man. I didn't like him at Oklahoma State back in the day when he was
He
fighting fans
enjoys
and stuff.
playing. If we're talking about wrestling terms, he enjoys playing the heel.
Oh,
yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
you could tell.
He's like a watered down Draymond Green.
But at least, I mean, defensive player of the year. So I mean, that makes sense. They both got that.
I think the stats are probably real similar. I wouldn't say watered down, just obviously not a part of a dynasty.
Yeah,
different
no
position, different size, and things like that.
He does have a ring though, right? Marcus Smart.
Yeah, he
Where
he
did he
won
get
it
a ring?
with Garnett.
No, Marcus Smart been around that long.
I think.
No.
Oh no, you probably didn't know.
He don't have a
Never
ring.
All right.
He don't have a ring.
Maybe it was like a couple years after he got drafted because he's been in the league for a minute.
Yeah, but he wasn't on that team. 'Cause that's when
I was thinking of when y'all went to the finals against,
that's
Well, that's last year.
yeah. Sorry.
Either way, switching over to the West, like we were saying a second ago, Denver's in the lead. Memphis, New Orleans, they still holding on without Zion. If they can keep that going, that's cool. And
No.
Dallas and your Silky Sloth, man, they in every game.
If you want to call somebody my boy, shout out to Jay from Yard House. If you want to call somebody my boy, you can say Luka at least because I was the one that was saying that he's the silky sloth. But from again what I haven't seen in the NBA, I keep on hearing that he's obviously one of the front runners for MVP so far.
You have to because they don't win without him. You take Luka off that team is nothing.
Correct, but just look at the numbers that he's putting up.
Oh, I see him.
It
It's
seems like every
monstrous.
other game is 35, 15, and 15.
Speaking of which, have you noticed it's been like 14 or 15 50-point games in the NBA this year? Nobody's playing any defense, man.
This is the most seasons with like 30 plus, 50 plus games.
Nobody's playing any defense?
Not only that, but I think this is
14, I think it was.
Like 14 or 15
Yeah,
50-point games,
most,
man.
in the first half.
not only that, but I think this is if I heard this correctly, statistically, the highest scoring minimum for each team in the league. Like each team is all scoring over 108. It's like, go back to, teams. Can you believe that each team is scoring over 108? So it's like all teams back in the 90s used to watch the Heat, Knicks, Bulls, Hawks, whatever, and it's all under 80 or 90 basically.
Exactly.
But each team in the league now is all averaging over 108.
That's insane.
So yes, not playing defense.
No defense whatsoever. And I'm looking at it like, okay, like even with Donovan Mitchell going off of that 71 points.
That was the quietest 70-point game I've ever heard.
No one talked about it. Well, I know why.
And they tried to take it from him.
Because that Monday that week, there was 5 dudes that put up 40. That Tuesday, 2 more people. That Wednesday, he put up like 71.
Yep.
And it was just like...
And they
it
tried to
also
take it from him.
It also overclouded that Bills game that day. So a lot of people didn't think about
too.
that.
That too.
Because that was the
same
day.
night.
That was the same night Hamlin got hurt.
Yeah.
So he did it on a Monday night?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was the same night. And I remember him talking in the press conference after he scored the 71. He asked about Hamlin after the game. That was one of the first things they asked, like, how the Bills playing.
Yeah.
Oh, out of the gate, if I was him, I would have been like, how's Hamlin?
Yeah.
Then we can talk.
Yeah. And so that was straight out the gate. But they tried to take it from him. They drug tested him, first of all.
that was the best
Are
part.
you surprised, though?
But
Like,
come
No,
on, man. I'm not
absolutely
either.
not.
But come on, why you got to drug test a man after that?
At this point, it's comical because you know it's going to happen. Like, you watch a punter in the preseason, boom, an 84-yarder. Next day, it's like, hey, guess who got drug tested? Like, are you surprised at this point?
No, but the 71 points is legit. Then they tried to take some of the points from him to try to make it like 69, 68. It's like, how you can't do that after the fact? The game's over. You can't try to disqualify the rest of the 71 points.
Were they going back and reviewing if he stepped on the line?
I
or
guess
something?
so, but that's what they were trying to do. And on top of that, it wasn't just him. They drug tested like 4 Cavaliers that day just to say it was random.
Yeah, of course. You want to have just like a sample size, but it's like, who went out and partied with him last night? Get them all.
All of them. But that's one thing I was just looking at that with, like you said, the averages of points being scored. It's insane, man.
I mean, you can imagine what we're headed towards. The All-Star game is basically like 180 to 185, and there's no defense. So is that what seriously we're going towards in the future?
I can't say I hope not, because when it comes down to it, fourth quarter, everybody buckles down. Whether regardless of what's going on, you're gonna tighten up on your defense a little bit fourth quarter. But in between that time, it's like you're almost playing pickup ball. You're just out here running around. You know what I mean?
Just
pick
missing
and
the
roll.
Harlem Globetrotter music.
You know what I'm saying? Pick and rolls, drive and kick. That's the league now, and that's what kind of makes me upset when I watch the Hawks, because it's the same thing. No runs. They don't run set plays. That's why teams like Golden State, when they get into the playoffs, always gonna have a chance, because they run sets. With all the talent you have, you still got to run sets. The pick and roll game is only going to take you so far.
All right, so we all remember who was here before McMillan. Yeah,
Yes.
LP.
Yes.
So now, what's your shelf life with McMillan? You give him till the end of this season? What's going on?
I'll say yes, but I'm also hearing rumors that he might hang it up after this year, like retire. So
Either way, looking for a new coach next year.
I'm thinking so. And
Unless he takes them to at least the first, second round.
Yeah,
I would
second
say
round.
right?
If he at least makes it to the playoffs and gets past that first round, I think you have the momentum. You're a playoff team caliber. You're like 1 or 2 pieces missing, and then once you get your front office all figured out,
And this is 2 years removed from the Eastern Conference
Eastern
Finals?
Conference,
Yes.
That's fair, right?
where you guys went to what, game 6?
7.
7.
We took them 7, didn't we?
No. It was 6.
six.
It was 6.
It was 6. You're right.
Miami was that
You're right.
year.
You're right. You're
We
right.
all know how that well.
Tough.
Fun
I
times.
know. I know. That's tough.
I will say this though, if I've watched the Denver games a couple of times, without Joker, man, that team is nothing.
And that's why he's back-to-back
Like,
MVP.
I've watched that, man. Like, I've never seen a center play point guard in my entire life, and then watching that goofy guy run up and down that court with the ball, it's insane. It's honestly.
Okay, but even with that, like Joker is literally one of those situations to where
Oh, nice.
his vision, and it's almost like Luka in a sense to where he has his own speed. You can't speed him up. He's going to play at his own pace, and his vision is incredible because he can see everything. He makes some passes sometimes. I'm like,
He
where
hit.
did he come from with that?
Yeah, he hit with like this side pass the other day with with Pittman, or not Pittman.
Porter.
Porter,
Michael Porter
sorry.
Jr.
I was like, who the hell thinks this is a pass?
Man, look.
He did it though.
And he does it all the time. It's fun to watch him play. He's slow, But it's fun to watch him play because his vision and his basketball IQ. Like even with once again with him and Luka, he's been playing basketball with grown men since he was 15, 16 years old. So that's part of his thing. But with Joker, it's just I do this the way I want to.
I look over everybody. I'm like,
But yeah, I do what I want to. Even when you got defenders on him like Embiid and people like that, it's tough to deal with. He's a handful.
I mean, his height is what makes him great because if you look at big man passers, you can go back to Magic, you can go back to,
See Webb, my dog Chris Webber.
literally at point forward, but just somebody that can facilitate even from the 4-5 position. And he's got vision for days, especially with passes like that. It's I don't want to say Mahomes equivalent, or Josh Allen equivalent from like the farthest hash and you're just throwing to the opposite pylon.
Right.
But I mean, he clearly has court vision for days and he can just throw it to whoever he wants, if not just take the game over. But if Luka's the silky sloth, we got to give him a nickname.
He got to have something.
What's slower than a sloth? So
Snail.
I'm trying to think about this now.
Snail.
But Snail's not big enough, though.
You know?
That's not big enough to
I
really
don't know,
give
I've
the
seen some
impact.
big snails in my life.
Slug.
Ah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Stay tuned for the next show.
There you
come
go.
up
We'll
with a
figure
good
out
name.
something for
this
Joker,
out.
man. We'll figure out something for him. Well,
So
we're going to take us a break. We're at the halfway mark
Gotta
already.
Pay some bills.
Pay some bills. When we get back, we're diving into the football, man. Wild card weekend. Thank y'all for tuning in. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Gary and Harry Show is back. Shout out to the M. Alex Broadcasting Company and Power 108.9. We wouldn't be here without them. Welcome back to the second half of the show.
What's going on, man? We are back in the building. Big shout to Bam. I see you, Big Bam. Appreciate the love, brother. Welcome back, man. Drew, how you doing? You good?
I'm good, man.
got a hand beat?
Yeah, I'm just living the American dream. Got back from
Mr.
Alabama.
Ellis,
Welcome
appreciate
back.
you.
Yeah, nothing in Alabama, by the way, if you guys want to know.
One more time.
There's nothing in Alabama, if you guys want to know.
He's happy to be back.
I'm just happy to be back in Georgia.
Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Well, welcome back, though.
Yeah, I know, right?
You got to. I saw the relief in your face the first time I saw you.
yeah.
It's like, I'm back where I need to be.
Yeah.
I love it, man. All right, man. How you feeling, man? How y'all feeling? Wild card weekend.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
excited.
go. 4:30, the first one, right?
Yep.
Seattle at San Francisco. It's been raining in California for like 2 days, and they said 100% chance of rain all day today.
It's like
gonna be
monsoon weather.
Yes, it's gonna be sloshy out there.
Which
Talk
means,
about your boy.
unfortunately-
Talk about your boy.
Which one?
Pretty.
Purdy.
So he hasn't really made any mistakes, right? Not that gas to stay there. How many they won straight? 10 straight or something like that?
Yeah.
They've
Yeah,
won 10
something
straight,
crazy.
man.
I
And
think
4
second-
of them with him, 4 with Purdy.
Yeah, he's undefeated.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, and what, maybe one interception, maybe?
Of course, there.
Yeah, one interception.
Of course, sorry. There's an LSU fan on the feed saying that the best thing to come out of Alabama was I-20.
Got to show that.
Good job, Rainey.
There you go. Hey,
Good job, Rainey.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. So like your boy Purdy, no real deal turnover issues, right? Been making the throws, not messing it up. Don't wreck the Lamborghini, right? If you
Literally.
don't wreck it,
I wouldn't say making the throws, just more so not turning the ball over.
don't wreck it. Gino the same way coming into this game, but talent wise, San Fran's a lot more superior than they are talent wise.
This is going to be a run and dump game. Run and dump. That's all it's going to be.
You don't have to.
It's a boxing match in the rain.
Yeah.
And it's going to get sloppy and physical and nasty. And obviously, don't be surprised if you're going to see some fumbles, but there could be too many passes out there.
That suits San Fran, in my opinion.
You would think.
Now Seattle can run it though.
I was going to say, Seattle's got a great run offense with Geno and Walker.
Hey, stud. That's another stud
Yeah.
rookie. Shout out to him and Tyler Algier, 2 stud rookie running backs.
Oh, congrats on Algier, by the way.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that was a
All
steal.
rookie
Yes.
first team?
Yes.
That's amazing.
All rookie first team, over 1,000 yards.
Shattered the rookie rushing record for the Falcons.
No, he was short with William Andrews. Still has it.
You sure?
I think William Andrews had 1,200 yards. I think he was close to. He got 1,000. I remember that, but he didn't. I think he's one. I think he's second behind.
Mike,
William
any way we
Andrews.
could double check that?
I think William Andrews hosts the
Little side bet?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
We can handle that.
Shotsky?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Little Nana?
Absolutely.
Hey, just in case you need a place to watch the NFL football games today, feel free to stop by the Terrapin Tap Room. We have the world famous Fox Brothers barbecue and even colder Terrapin beer.
Plug it. Plug it in.
You guys gonna have dad beer yet? What's going on?
Yes.
With that? Oh yeah.
It finally debuted
I've been
yesterday.
trying to drink. This
Everyone's just
beer
excited by the name, but
for
yeah.
a minute,
Yep.
just be like, oh my god, it's called dad beer. Why is
Yeah.
this not a thing?
Debuted yesterday. So if you ever want to check out a dad beer, stop by the Terrapin Tap Room.
There it is.
I'm excited for that one.
So switching back over, so we get to the point now. So, Kenneth Walker with that running game. Seattle's defense is leaky. So that's what I'm saying. When it comes down to it, running that ball, it's going to favor them as far as San Francisco.
It's where you can give the advantage to San Francisco just based off of the defense.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you call the offenses a wash, no pun intended. But even still, Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, McCaffrey.
This is a coach's game. This is Pete Carroll versus Shanahan.
Yeah, I'm not underestimating Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll in playoffs and any kind of level is dangerous, and we all kind of saw this with the fact that Russell Wilson is a joke now in the NFL.
That still confuses me. I still blame Nathaniel Hackett though,
But
because since he's been gone, he's been playing better.
But you basically resurrected Geno Smith.
Oh no, that's
Geno
incredible.
effing Smith
That's incredible.
to a caliber all pro, or like not all pro, but a Pro Bowl level.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy was dead in the water.
And then what's crazy is came and set the completion percentage record for the Seahawks as a franchise the first year. Right after Russ leaves, he sets the completion percentage record.
With
for
all
the
due respect to
Seahawks.
Geno, with all due respect to Russell Wilson, the Seahawks GM fleeced the Broncos.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, just look across the board what he
Yeah.
acquired.
They got the number 5 pick now because of that.
Not only of what's incoming at number 5, the future picks they traded away
Mm-hmm.
too, but Noah Fant, Shelby Harris, all these other guys that they traded for, and it's just like, okay, this looks very lopsided at the moment.
It's going to continue to look like that until Denver does
You know,
something.
If Denver does
If
something.
yeah.
But for now, it's like, man, what is Denver doing?
I dig it. So your picks, who you taking? San Fran?
Yeah,
San
I'm
Fran
gonna go
around
with
the
San
board?
Fran.
Yeah, I'm going San Fran. It's home.
What's the spread?
energy?
9.
What's the over under?
I do not have the over under, but
9 points.
That's a
it's
lot.
9. It is.
I mean, I'm not even taking. I would take. I think San Francisco is going to win the game, but I would honestly think it's going to be a lot closer than that.
Same.
I'll
That sounds
take
like 9.
take San Fran.
Yeah, that's a lot of
it's
points.
9. It's
in
9.
in a mud bowl. Yeah.
And that's what makes the difference now because of the rain.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they change the spread at all because of that. I
there's
just
no way
they'll
to
they'll,
open
they'll
at
change
9.
it down to at least like 7 or 5 or something.
they have to because of the weather. Like I was watching for
Somebody
the day, it
must
said
have been ruled
100%.
out.
It says 100% rain, and it's been raining for like 2-3 days.
Is
in
Devo
California.
playing?
The weather definitely counts, but somebody must have been.
I
ruled
haven't
out.
heard. I think he might be game time. They've been saving him for this moment, so I'm assuming he would.
Yeah, if Devo's playing, then the whole jet sweep is still a factor.
Ooh,
Absolutely.
Thank you, Rainey. According to Matt Rainey, I guess our online stat guy, he said that Tyler Algier does have the record
Okay.
for the Falcons, but technically you can put an asterisk on it because now it's a 17-game season.
Gotcha.
But either way, shout out
that's-
to Tyler Algier.
Shout out to him,
Doing
man.
work, and I believe Drake London set the rookie catching record for the Falcons
Yes,
as
that
well.
is that is also
So
true.
you definitely have potential building blocks for the future.
You need a gunslinger, man.
Got to figure out
Trigger man.
who is going to get the ball to Pitts and everybody else.
Now,
Ritter's
when it-
not the answer.
Is it even with Ritter? They're gonna give him. He said he's not the answer, but Ritter, they're gonna give him a shot next year. He didn't turn the ball over.
Yeah, I think
No interceptions. He had a couple of fumbles, but no, he didn't throw any interceptions.
in the final game or ever.
No, he threw like 2.
Right.
In the first game, or the first 2 games, we didn't have. I'm talking. Put it this way: it wasn't a problem as far as turnovers go when it came to him.
Okay, so again, you are still under contract with the team. You have an opportunity to win the starting job next year.
Yeah.
But please don't be surprised if we bring in an additional resource to have a competition.
Do you draft one? We're at 8.
I didn't say you had to draft one at 8,
Free market.
but take
so
a look.
you talking?
take a look at what's out there.
Derek
Derek
Carr. You
Carr.
talking Garoppolo? You talking
I can gaslight you right now, and I can break your heart at the same time. What do you want first?
Yeah.
either one? I'm open to it. It doesn't matter. I don't necessarily. You know what I mean? I'm open to it. I'm just trying to see.
Fontenot, the former Saints GM, is known for making trades.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson is out there. The Jets owner, Woody Johnson, already said we'll throw the bag at him. The Ravens just paid Roquan Smith. They can
That was-
potentially franchise tag him,
Mhm.
but at some point, you know that Lamar Jackson is the entirety of that offense. So
Went from
do
30
you-
points a game to 13 points a game.
do you potentially remodel, I wouldn't say rebuild, remodel that offense and get the appropriate compensation for him? But what is it going to cost? Because between Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, who most recently have been traded for quarterbacks, it's going to be at minimum 2 firsts, 2 seconds, at least a player.
Especially for Lamar, the MVP.
Right? So then it's on him to do a contract extension. That's the gaslighting, if you will.
No, I get it.
Now for the bad part.
That's fine.
Ryan Tannehill.
Oh,
Yeah, I was about to say.
Because Arthur
yeah, I was about to say right, Tannehill.
Because Arthur Smith came from
Yep.
Tennessee.
No.
I
And
knew that was gonna happen.
Ryan
No.
Tannehill is done.
Now that's the one. I'm
He
saying.
ain't gonna
no.
lose you games. He's not gonna lose you games. He's gonna maintain it. He's gonna give the ball off to your star running back. Yet also he can still pass to players that he understands.
you.
Drake
Sorry.
London.
Yeah, you're right.
Kyle Pitts. He has the capability because Tennessee never had wide receivers. When they did, AJ Brown was decent, not great, and then he all of a sudden he's just the best wide receiver in the league. Tannehill's gonna not lose you games, but
You're
also
too
not
excited
win you
about
games.
it. You're too excited about
I
it.
know because it's
No,
the
because
truth.
It makes sense.
I
Right?
know, man, but that's what I'm saying. That's why we ended up with Mariota because of Arthur Smith. I'm just saying.
No, you ended up with Mariota because it was a fix that Vegas wanted to get rid of him.
Well, that's fine too. But
Even
that's
though
what
they
I'm
should
saying.
never.
I'm saying, but in
Are we
return
at the
for that,
conspiracy theory portion of the show already?
Oh,
we're not gonna go there yet. We still got to get through the rest of these picks. But it's just one of those things where I understand the move, but it just wouldn't sit well with me as a Falcon fan. It would not sit well with me at
Okay.
all. Mike, you feel me, dog? Like,
So,
it just wouldn't sit well with me.
I'll bring you up just a little bit after I gave you that roller coaster
Okay.
drop. Like the nuts came up to your
Yeah,
stomach.
man.
What if, because you know how Denver's going, what if somehow you can acquire Jerry Jeudy?
That's nice.
Jerry Jeudy, Drake London, Kyle Pitts,
Oh, yeah.
Tyler Algier,
Oh, yeah.
and Ryan Tannehill.
then you draft O-line.
Oh, no, draft
Because
defense. You draft
It's not a
defense,
sexy
dog.
pick. I understand why you would say that. It's not a
But
sexy
there's
pick.
like
But coming
6
from
tackles.
the draft, no, shout out again. Coming from the draft, what did Lindstrom do?
No, I get it.
Turned himself into a second-team All-Pro,
Amazing. I love him, man.
only behind Zach Martin.
Yep. And
Second
that's Hall
best
of
right
Famer.
guard in the league.
That's a Hall of Famer. That's a Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. So if you behind a Hall of Famer, and this is what they just picked up his option, they didn't pick up McGarry's option, so I'm cool with that. Now, if you picking somebody from the line, you got to go left guard and right tackle. Them the only 2 holes.
Yeah, I got nothing on that one.
No, I wanted to make a joke, but you got $100 million going into the offseason,
Yeah.
potentially.
Yes.
You can
You got money,
You
man.
can go find Orlando Brown Jr. from the Chiefs is going to be available. There's going to be some other offensive linemen available.
I would love to fill the offensive line with veterans because you know what you're getting out of a
You got to go
offensive
buy one.
lineman.
You gotta
I'm
go
with
that
that. Other than that, man, I'm almost willing to say go Carolina style and just defense. Carolina with that whole draft nothing but defense. I would.
That is what the Falcons will do.
I'm with it. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
Not
You
mad
see,
at it at all.
Rush end at 8.
Absolutely.
We'll get to the combine talk later.
We'll get to that later,
I'd
but
be
that's
happy
a
to
whole
see that.
That's a whole nother day. All right, so let's get on to the next pick. We had our Falcons rant, so we'll go on and slide on. Chargers at Jacksonville, prime time. Now, to give you a
Is
preface,
it in Jacksonville?
yes,
Oh,
they won the
God.
division.
Duval City,
Yeah.
rise up.
Oh man, acting a fool, right? They
Duval,
gonna be acting
rise
a
up.
clown out there tonight. And they got the primetime slot. Now, Chargers and Jacksonville, week 3, Jacksonville gave Chargers the biggest loss, 38-10, I think it was.
Okay.
Okay. Now you're talking playoff time, no Mike Williams, so they're gonna be doubling the hell
What
out
a
of Keenan
waste.
Allen.
What a waste. That just goes to show you if you have
But they played all the starters in week 18 and got them
if
hurt.
you have no business being out there and your playoff position's already locked in, why would you ever risk somebody?
He
like
might lose
that?
his job because of that.
If Chargers lose, he's gone.
That's what I'm saying. He
I-
might lose
there-
his job
there's
because
no-
of
there's-
that. And it's a very
agree.
good chance they could lose this
I agree.
game. They really could.
Herbert has probably one of the best games ever, and they probably still lose. Because at the end of the day, you got to look at that Jacksonville team.
All
I
those
mean,
number
head
one picks on
coaching.
defense.
You have a playoff Super Bowl winning head coach.
Mm-hmm.
You have a hungry young offensive team, and a defense that's kind of legit.
A lot of number one picks on that defense.
You're saying Herbert has one of his best games ever, even without Mike Williams?
Yeah,
That means Palmer and Everett go bananas.
Yeah.
And so does Austin Eckler.
Eckler more so because Eckler leads the world in touchdowns the last 3 years.
right. But it's all like dump passes, all that stuff. It's
38 for 49.
Right.
Yeesh. All right.
I'm taking Jacksonville, man.
what's the
What's the
spread?
1.5.
Oof.
That's appropriate.
Yeah, that's all right.
Over under?
I don't have the over under on this spreadsheet right here. See if I
I'm
can
leaning.
find it.
I'm leaning towards.
Just to give a prediction for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Just random.
Yeah, I'm leaning toward Jacksonville, but I honestly think somehow Chargers somehow still win this game. Just somehow.
You looking up the over under? No.
I'm trying to.
Okay.
It's taking its time pulling up.
Spread's 1.5. It's in Jacksonville. I would imagine it's around 51-ish.
47.
47. There
Yeah,
it is.
low
Okay.
scoring.
I'm going to go 27-20
Okay.
in overtime.
Ooh.
27-20 in overtime.
Down to a kicker or a touchdown?
No, walk off. Oh, no. Playoff rules have changed, right?
Yeah.
Each team gets
Get-
possession
yeah.
regardless
Yes.
of the touchdown now?
Yes.
Okay, so that's not valued then.
I think it's a kickoff.
Final seconds then. Walk-off
Yeah.
touchdown in the fourth. 27-20.
Jacksonville.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, Duval.
I
Sunshine.
I think the top of the state's going to be on fire.
Sunshine. Sunshine. All right. I
People
dig
know
it.
how to party down in Duval. I don't care who you are.
Oh yeah,
Those guys
man.
are
Oh man, it's a
insane.
good time in Jacksonville, man. I had one of my
Ugh.
best and worst nights ever been in Jacksonville for that Georgia Florida situation.
Also, the oh man, that's a story.
Yeah, man, that's tough.
That's story time with
Yeah,
Gary.
we'll get that one. All right, let's keep it pushing to get these last couple picks in before we got to get out of here. Time always moves too fast, man. We still got about 12
Yeah,
minutes.
get
or
used
so.
to this.
I know, man.
Every day.
It moves fast, man.
Welcome to the show.
First Sunday game. Y'all, Miami at Buffalo, my man.
Not even a question.
I know, man. You don't have a quarterback.
Not even a question.
Then it's 13.5.
And Michael Hyde's back
embarrassing.
too.
I'm taking
Yeah, good
Buffalo,
luck.
brother.
I'm
I'm,
gonna go.
sorry.
I'm gonna go.
13.5, in case you didn't know, is a NFL playoff record.
Ooh, really?
Yep.
So just another blemish on the
43
Dolphins'
and a
face
half.
of a franchise.
43 on the over-under. 43.5 on the over-under.
Georgia just gonna be a Georgia TCU game.
Oh, man, I hope not. But I don't see how it couldn't with your man, Skyler.
Josh Allen gets pulled in the third.
Ooh, garbage time.
Because he got injured?
No, I wish.
I'm not wishing anything upon anybody. Sorry
It
if I
helps your-
seemed
it helps
excited
your- it
about
helps
that.
your case.
However, since you mentioned it, the Dolphins do have a history. I don't want to say they played dirty, but they do have a history of
Things happen.
the opposing starting quarterback gets knocked out of the game.
Bradley Chubb just gets the sack of the year.
Ooh,
Sure.
sure.
Yeah,
It's traded
absolutely.
for him.
But
I'm taking Buffalo, though. I'm sorry.
We have it. I hear you. We have a tendency to knocked the starting quarterback out of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Josh Allen is coming in with a bad right elbow.
Mm-hmm. It's been
and
tweaking with him since like week 11.
It was that UCL injury, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe he's got an ankle issue as well.
Mm-hmm.
So hypothetically, Bradley Chubb does have the sack of the year and does exit in the third quarter.
But how much are y'all down by then?
What about Nostradamus? I can't read
I'm just saying, like, you going 3 quarters looking
I'm trying
for
to talk it out. I'm trying to give us hope. We're down 13.5. Like, you might as well just spit on me and call me scum. Come on.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying.
I've
I
seen
understand.
crazier things in the NFL. So
No,
let's put
no,
this
absolutely.
Out, all right?
There's never
I've seen
can say
crazier
never.
things.
So obviously you're taking the Bills.
I'm taking both.
I'm taking Bills. There's no.
I'm
question.
going with the Dolphins.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wanted you to do
I
that.
have
with your
no
team.
reason
I wanted
not
you to do it.
You got to stick with your team.
That's all I wanted.
Of course I'm going to stick with my team. I have a 1972 jersey signed by 33 different players, and I'm going to wear it tomorrow
love
just
that.
like
I
I
love it when you
always
wear
do.
that
This is
jersey.
our first time back to the playoffs since 2016. This is all in one breath. Go Dolphins. Fins up, baby. Woo!
I like it, man. I'm
We
not
get
mad
2
at
claps and a Ric Flair.
you.
Thank
So,
you.
change it over to the next game. Giants at Vikings.
Giants.
I think it's unanimous.
Like,
3. The spread is 3. 3-point spread, 48 over the over under.
the Kirk Cousins fairy dust is over.
It's always overcome
like-
playoff time.
There's something about the Vikings though when they get to the playoffs.
Oh, at
Magical.
home. At
They get
home.
magical.
Where
They're
are they
at home.
playing?
At home.
At home.
There's something about the
They
Vikings.
do this every year.
And I'm not asking for another Minnesota miracle. I'm not asking for any of this. But is their kicker still Blair Walsh?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so.
No. I don't
No,
know.
Greg Joseph.
Yes, Greg Joseph is
All
the
right.
kicker.
If it was Blair Walsh, I would have said
But
that
Greg
dude.
Joseph, he's got a 60-yard field goal this year.
61.
61
That
yard
was
field
nice.
goal this
That's
year
how he
to
beat-
walk off.
He's
Yes.
got a boot.
Yeah, he's got a boot. He
What's
cleared
the,
it.
What's the spread?
3.
No, sorry, over under.
47.
All right, same thing.
Yeah.
47.
Mm-hmm. Double check. again to make sure.
24, 23.
48, excuse me.
God, messing up my back.
Sorry, man.
Final answer.
Yes, 48.
25, 23, walk-off Minnesota field goal.
Whew. What you got? Talk to me.
Saquon Barkley runs for over 100 yards, 2
Easily.
touchdowns.
Easily. I think Minnesota has one of the worst rush defenses, right?
I think Giants' front line on defense is just so good, especially with Kayvon Thibodeau. Shout out Oregon.
I'll give you that one.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was
He's had a good year.
Yeah. I think that defense has slowly come together. Now, once, if Kirk Cousins gets past Jefferson and stuff, then yeah. If Jefferson's getting 100 yards in the first half, yeah, obviously Minnesota's going to win that game.
Rainey again on the
was gonna
social
say,
media
yeah.
just saying that because Jefferson's basically been shut down the last 2 games that he's going to go off today. That's fine, but if
Kirk gonna close his eyes and chunk that thing.
if Kirk Cousins is say chuck it and fluff it,
Yeah.
and Jefferson's going off, this is going to be a high-scoring game,
You
which
got to work Dalvin.
means
You got to work Dalvin.
yeah, of course Dalvin's going to get
You
his
gotta work
touches,
him.
but that means Saquon's going off and or Danny Dimes
Going
is,
for 100. He going for 100 or Saquon
what
going for 100?
what is more believable?
Saquon?
Right. Saquon going off or Daniel Jones keeping the Giants in it somehow, and this ends up being like a shootout.
I mean, this has been his best year as a pro. Dabo doing his magic.
I think Dable knows has that playoff experience. I think he has that skill. Kevin O'Connell or Donald O'Connell.
O'Donnell. I think it's one of
I
those.
think it's O'Connell. Yeah. Even though he's coming from a perennial team as well, I think he doesn't have the experience like Brian Dable does with the playoffs, and also teaching Josh Allen how to really be a quarterback.
All right. So
Talk about just getting the best out.
I say Giants by a field goal. Graham Gano is still a decent kicker in this league.
he
so.
is. Absolutely go nose, baby. Speaking of nose, real quick, Pat Surtain, secondary coach. That's awesome.
Yeah, Vince hates that.
I know, I love it. I'm going Minnesota, man. I feel like they got one win in them. They have one in them. I don't know about next round, but I feel like they can pull one out. So I'm going Minnesota. And they're at home. Just, Skull, y'all better figure it out, man. You got to figure it out. Next, division matchup.
What was your pick? My bad.
So did you go Giants?
Yeah, I think I ended up saying.
No, you said Minnesota on field goal.
25,
20
walk-off
field goal with
walk-off field goal Vikings. I hope I don't regret that.
Baltimore at Cincy. 8.5 on the spread. No Lamar, of course. And I told
Cincy.
you what I tell you about Lamar, man.
Joe Burrow's
I
the
know
answer.
He said
I'm
his
sorry.
knee is okay, but
Joe Burrow.
But do we blame him? Like we spoke about this. This was during one of the first
I don't
shows that
blame
we
him
had,
at all.
and we're saying that he has earned his money. They don't want to pay him. He's a former MVP. At this point,
unanimous MVP.
you're doing it. I don't want to say on purpose, but I don't blame you because again, what did Mike Williams earn out of this?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You tore yourself up for nothing.
exactly.
So Lamar Jackson, you've earned this money. You're expecting to get paid. I don't blame you. But if you're talking about the Dolphins and Bills being a blowout, what is this game gonna be?
Man, that defense gonna have to do everything in their power, and I don't think they're gonna have enough power.
That's literally the only thing that's
That's
gonna keep
it.
them in it, right?
That's it.
A random scoop and score or a pick six.
Pick six, Humphreys, Workwan making a play.
Spreads 9,
8.5.
8.5 over under.
40.5.
This might be like a 31-9.
I'm taking Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Yep,
I think
me
the
too.
world is, but a couple Justin Tucker field goals just to keep you in it about it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I expect Tuck to get a few field goals out of this, and they won't even say who's the starter. It doesn't really matter. If Huntley's healthy, I mean, you gotta.
Who cares?
Okay, it really doesn't matter.
Anthony
J.K.
Brown?
Dobbins is
That's
there.
great.
It doesn't matter.
They haven't announced a starting quarterback.
No, Hudley's still hurt, but Anthony Brown is looking like
Lamar
the option.
Jackson has been ruled out.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, absolutely.
He's out.
I was just expecting.
He has an
like
MCL. He has an MCL strain or something like that.
He
so
said it's
he's-
grade. He said it's
PCL,
a
yeah.
grade 2, almost a 3. So he still
Yeah, so
got
he's done.
inflammation.
Just say it's a 3. Man. Just say it's a 3.
That's what he said.
I'm gonna take the Bengals all the way.
Absolutely.
I'll take the Bengals. I'll take the whole
Jamar Chase
I'll
for
take the whole
150.
goddamn thing. Yeah.
Man,
Jamar Chase for
Macaulay
150.
Culkin and all.
Hey, tell you, Joe Cool McCulley.
Yeah, I'll take that.
I still got to find him something different. There's only one Joe Cool. I got to find him something different, bro. I can't do it.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I can't. It's only
Joe
one Joe Cool, man.
Joe Chili.
I can't give it to him. I don't know. We'll figure
Joe
it out.
Chili.
I got to give him something though.
Joe Cold.
You know,
Yeah,
I don't
something
want
will
it. I
come
don't
up
want it to
organically.
lean towards like an ice reference with the Matt Ryan situation. I don't even want to do that.
Oh, no.
So like, I got to figure something out. Joe, there's only one Joe Cool, but I got to figure out something for Burrow, man.
Yeah, it'll come along.
All right, so Monday night, choke or smoke, whatever you want to call it, Dallas at Tampa.
You know they did that for a reason.
If
Of course.
if a 45-year-old quarterback who is probably at the end of his rope with
2.5
a losing
on the
record,
spread.
with a losing record for the first time in his career,
Mm-hmm.
goes in or goes into this game, beats Dallas. I have zero respect for Cowboys fans. I have zero respect for that whole team.
Oh,
Dak Prescott
it's gonna
is
blow
a
him up.
joke.
It's gonna blow him up.
You just get rid of everybody.
Yeah, McCarthy's getting fired.
Dak's
Zeke's getting traded.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's getting blown
The
up.
Throw it all away.
Kellen Moore's gone.
Throw it all away.
But he's gone because he
Coaching
might,
job. He's going to get a coaching job.
Right.
But if Tom Brady and somehow just magically fucking does this, and don't get me wrong,
Man.
I'm not a Tom Brady.
$10 to the swear jar. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
about
If Tom Brady does it and it's looking like it because he's focused, he's got a new girlfriend, by the way, who's beautiful.
Who cares?
Yeah, but he don't care anymore.
Yeah, I know that was your boyfriend back in the day. Nobody care nothing about that. Anyway, over under is 45.5.
Don't hate.
45.5 on the over under and 2.5 on the spread.
I kept on saying that time is always undefeated.
Tampa and home team. Of
I
course.
have never got to experience Christmas because obviously I'm Jewish. As soon as Tom Brady retired, I thought that was the closest I've ever going to be to experiencing
I
Christmas.
get it. I was happy.
What was it, 6 weeks later, 45 days later? F them kids. I'm back here
Yep.
to play football. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yep.
and this is why I can't have Christmas. So now, using history, if I'm not mistaken,
Man.
in 2015, because he's basically made the playoffs every single year of his
Yeah,
career.
he has pretty much.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
2015, no Super Bowl. 2016, Super Bowl.
Don't start
2017, no
Don't
Super
start
Bowl.
this, bro.
2018, Super Bowl.
this. Bro,
2019, no
Why
Super
are you
Bowl.
doing this?
2000, it's history, bro.
I
I don't
know.
want to do that.
I'm listening.
But just another fuel to the fire just to piss off the Cowboys fans of you all will lose. You see me staring you down? Your franchise is over. You're gonna get blown up. Sorry, McCarthy.
didn't
Sorry,
even
Dak.
start.
Oh
I'm not sorry. You know what? I'm not gonna say it.
When it comes to the Cowboys, I'm not sorry
It's
either.
2023. It's all about you and me. I'm turning heel this year. I'm the
They-
villain. Cowboys fans, you hear me? It is over.
He told you it's over, but I'm looking at it like
Bucks by a touchdown.
I I'm not gonna put a score on this one,
Bucks by a
but it's
touchdown.
gonna be an interesting game. But womp womp womp.
Womp womp for real,
It's-
man. But look, you can't put it past Dallas to choke on something like this.
Yeah.
You can't put it past them. Now the defense for Tampa got a little better towards the end. Their offense still is snooze fest, in my opinion. I don't understand how Dallas can get into this situation and still pull a Dallas move. Just because I know it just I don't want them to win that game.
Who, Dallas?
Tampa,
Well, yeah, but it's kind of like the lesser of two evils at this point.
it is.
And then let's be honest. Even if somehow Dallas pulls it off, we're gonna be saying this same shit next week
But see, next week I'll be more confident in them.
because they're gonna face who?
It don't matter.
Either Philly or San Francisco.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So, all right. Either way, Bucks or Dallas, you're still gonna lose to Philly or San Francisco.
All right, so final picks before we get out of here.
All right.
Taking Tampa or you taking Dallas?
After I was saying all that, the
Yeah,
Dallas is
I'm
over.
just
I feel
checking.
like I have to,
Okay, I'm just
you know,
checking.
it's your team, man.
Old man Brady still got it.
Oh man, Brady still got it. I can't put my money on Dallas. I can't put my money on Dallas. I really can't.
Just take it.
They need it. I don't like them,
you out
but
of time and you running in your pick. So.
I know, right?
I know. I'm sorry.
Shit.
Clock management, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
all
sorry.
right.
Dallas. I'm
There
taking
it is.
Dallas.
There
I'm
it
taking
is.
them. Well, let's get.
It's
Oh man, might put 28-3 up there. Oh, that hurt.
I could even see that in
That
there.
hurt,
Yo, I
bro.
guess that's
That
beautiful.
hurts.
That's
That
beautiful.
hurts.
Thank you, Mike.
Hey,
I
thought you
appreciate
was a
that.
Falcon fan. What's up with that? All right, man.
Hater.
Well, what a way to end it off.
Yeah, that's a signal. Like time
yeah,
to go.
it's time to
Yeah.
go. No, I'm serious. Episode 5 in the books, man. Thanks everybody for being here. Appreciate you, Mike, Ryan, Drew, of course,
man.
my brother, you. Let's take us out of here, man.
On behalf of the Gary and Harry Show, please, if you need a place to go check out the football game, stop by the Terrapin Tap Room. Andrew will see you around the Battery. Special shout out to Andrew for being a part of the show
Absolutely.
number 5.
Absolutely.
Ryan, our producer and stat lady, and most
Indeed.
importantly, the M. Alex Broadcasting Company and Power 108.9, proudly brought to you the Gary and Harry Show.
All right, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Wild Card Weekend.
Peace.
Y'all be safe.